Alexa, stop.
How often do you have to do this?
I do this every day.
All right, north bound 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
At some point, the work itself is gratifying. One of the things that we like to talk about is that there is absolutely nothing that is quite as self-satisfying as doing something really difficult that you've never done before. You can't buy that at Amazon.
I think about my swimming like before I do everything. Like I think about my swimming before I decide what I'm going to eat for lunch and what time I'm going to go to bed and who I'm going to hang out with and what I'm going to do on the weekend and stuff like that. So there's outside of the pool, which is also an immense amount of time because we're in the weight room 3 days a week at 5:50 till 7 o'clock and then in the pool for at least 2 hours a day, almost every day except for 1 day a week. But aside from the practice time, I mean, just like swimming is pretty much my life. Like it's, you know, I'm pretty much willing to sacrifice anything except for friends and family for the you know, the sport.
I couldn't even imagine life without swimming, or just like water. Because I'm also a surfer. And I just love the water. It almost gives me like the sense of it's like a blanket surrounding me all the time, you know. And just all of our coaches on North today, they know like the fine line of like pushing you but not pushing you too much where you also have to push yourself. And like for example, 2 days ago on Tuesday, we had such a hard set and in the beginning I wasn't feeling that great. And then Don kind of said his words of wisdom and have been the best practices of my life. So.
We coach character and excellence through competitive swimming. That's what we do. And we use competitive swimming as the vehicle to establish character and excellence. And then we step back and we say, okay, who's going to come along with us? Who's going to be part of this thing that is available, but you have to decide that you want to do it. Because we don't wear the Speedo. And so they have to do the work.
It's just something to focus on. It's something to be really proud of, and it's something that's a defining characteristic for me is the work that I put in the sport. And I wouldn't be the same person without it. Like the work ethic that it has taught me is incredible.
We talk about it a lot, about what we want to do, how fast we want to swim, our local and regional and national goals, and we sort of set the level of expectations, and we who among you want to join? Who wants to get on the bus? Who wants to get on the airplane? You know, who wants to go to college and swim and be a relevant member of their team? Physically, the hardest thing I've ever seen is a swimmer turn to take a breath and throw up and keep swimming. I think the most important thing that I do to work with them when they are disappointed is to reinforce with them that is what life is. And I think one of the things that happens too often these days is that parents don't want to let their kids fail. So if you get a bad grade, well, let's go get you a tutor. You know, you get a bad grade, you have to study harder. And parents need to stop trying to fix everything for their kids. You know, I mean, life is not fair. You set a goal and you work and you work and you work, and sometimes you don't get it. And so then what do? You're going to crawl in a corner and cry and take drugs? No, you're going to realize that that's what life is. So many people think that success is a straight line from 0 to 100. And it doesn't look like that at all. It's one of these things that it's got setbacks, and you know. And our sport especially is brutal because the stopwatch never lies. You either did the time or you didn't. You know, so it's a very demanding. But sport in general is demanding. There's a winner and there's a guy who comes in second.
So today we did around 7,000 yards, which is a little over 4 miles, and it was really challenging today.